It's me again, Joseph, in our region. Welcoming you to Science and Fourth Dimension. I'm always the ordinary teacher. My specialty is maths and physics. I teach both Cambridge to the white class here at what now, Dekwa International School of Excellence, the WISE, sure. Here in Paisley City, Liberia. Okay. So today's episode is going to be types of numbers. So these are types of numbers. You can pause and go through them. All these are examples of different categories of number. How many of these numbers do you know? How many of them do you know? That's the big question. How many of them do you know? I know you know some, but you don't know all. But all these numbers, I'm going to explain them to you. Can you give some examples? I'm going to give you these are examples of what are some of these numbers. The examples, you can pause and then go through the examples, check them yourself, and then see whether you know anything about it. But I'm going to go through everything. So let's categorize the numbers in a bit. Categorize the numbers a bit. Now I want to define all these numbers for you before I start explaining them. I'm going to define them in a rush. So if you want to make notes out of this, you can pause after the definition and then you write. But I'm going to explain them in details, one after the other. You can take your time and work now and pause this and copy everything out. It's going to help you so that you can have a note on this. But afterwards, I'm explaining all of this. I will do the explanation now. But these are what now? Different categories of numbers. Right? So let's see what we'll do. We'll go further. The first I'm going to talk about is natural numbers. They're called natural numbers because they're the first numbers that you're exposed to. Everybody that starts counting, right? But that's what they're called counting numbers. They begin from 1 and they go on to what now? Infinity. Here are some examples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to infinity. When a child starts learning, the child doesn't start from 0, it starts from 1. Alright? And the what now? The list continues without what? Without end. Right? The numbers are used for several purposes. Let's explore the set of natural numbers. That's what we're going to do now. Natural numbers are actually can be classified into 3 different categories. We have numbers, prime numbers, composite numbers, and number 1. If you put all this together, you get what are natural numbers. One and the other numbers there. All these numbers all these topics are attached to what now? To natural numbers. All of them here. They're attached to natural numbers. You can pause this and then go through, right? So let's talk about whole numbers. What are whole numbers? If you add 0 to natural numbers, you get what number? Whole numbers. If you add 0 to natural number, whole number is the set of 0 and natural numbers. If you just add 0 to the natural numbers, you get what number? Whole numbers. Is that right? So whole numbers begin from 0 all the way to what now? To infinity. In that order. Take your time and then just go through these things. Alright? They are not fractions, they are not decimals. Here integers. What are integers? Integers are made of what now? Positive and negative whole numbers. So I can say the negatives of what now? Negatives of the natural numbers, including whole numbers, will make integers. Integers. So there are certain people who will even refer to integers as what now? As whole numbers, right? When mathematics, whole numbers are positive and including 0. But integers has both negative and positive, really from negative infinity to positive infinity. Here minus 5 up to 10 and it goes on like that. Right? Remember to pause and go through these things. See that on the number line I have the integers. Here it's ranging from what now? Negative 3 to what? 3 and it continues in both direction. Let's talk about integers and absolute value. Absolute value. Please take note of this. Integers are the whole numbers. Numbers to the right are always greater than numbers to the left. That 0 is greater than all negative numbers. Numbers to the right are greater than numbers to the left. Pause and check that then. You can go back. Right? Important notice. Anytime you're attaching a negative sign to 5, don't call it minus 5. It's going to be what now? Negative 5. And any number that doesn't have a sign, the sign is positive. Any number that doesn't have a sign, the sign is, there's no need to write the positive sign to what now? To a number. You write it without it, okay? So what's an absolute value? The absolute value of a number is the distance from 0 on the number line, represented by a non-negative value disregarding what now its sign. Simply, anytime you write absolute value, you don't have negative values. You're just considering the magnitude. You're not considering what now, the signs. So whether it's positive or negative, you write it as what now? As positive. Like this case now, if you want to write absolute value of 7, I'll do the straight lines beside it and become 7. Negative 7 is also 7. 3 is what now? It's 3. Negative 3 is also what now? 3. The absolute value is always positive. Absolute value of anything is just the magnitude you're considering, not the signs, rather. Okay? Define all the numbers. This is an exercise for you to try. You can pause and try the exercise. I'll see you in the next class. Right? Thank you.